Hi there, thank you so much for joining me today. This video is a Partners in Cream update. I am a little bit under the weather, but I really wanted to make sure I got this video in on time. This is one of my favorite videos that I do every month. It was created by Dylan and Steph, and the premise of the project pan is that you focus on your cream products. I'll have the creator's information and all the information about the project pan in the description box. If you'd like to join, it's never too late. I'm just gonna get started. I have 6 products to talk about. The first one is an SPF product, and this is from Paulas Choice. It's the Ultra Light Daily Hydrating Fluid. It's SPF Broad Spectrum 30+. I do want to start by mentioning that I didn't wear makeup as much in the past month as I normally do. I was under the weather and I was also just very busy, so I didn't really have a chance to do like a full face of makeup every single day. So my numbers are lower overall this month than they have been previously, but I still feel like I made good progress. So this past month I used 5.78 grams. In the previous month I used 12.33. So definitely wasn't one of my better months, but I'm still trucking along. I feel like 2 months of continuous use and this will be finished. I also wear my SPF 50 products whenever I do plan on being outside at any point. And so this was not my main SPF that I reached for in the last month. If it was, I would have had a lot more progress, but there are just some times when I want something that has a little bit more than SPF 30. The next product is one that I feel really confident could be done by my next update, and that's the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Tinted Moisturizer. This is a mini in shade 7, Light 7W. In the past month, I've used 2.4 grams and it feels very light. The packaging is opaque. I tried to shine my light from my phone through the packaging to see if I could see any windowing, and I can't. And also, like, air stays in the container, so it doesn't look like it gets thinner over time either, so you kind of just have to believe me, but it feels super light and it really doesn't feel like there's a lot left in there. So I think if I focus on this as my main foundation, and I do mix other things in with it to make it match me better, but if I focus on this as my main thing that I reach for, then I definitely think this could be done by next month. Another slow but steady product is the Cocoa Kind My Light Skin Nourishing Highlighter. It's a highlighter stick. I can notice progress because when I pull it all the way down in the packaging, you can see it's much further down every month, so I am making good progress. With the amount of progress that I'm able to make on a monthly basis, I don't actually think I'm going to be able to finish this by the end of the year. This is probably going to be something that I bring into next year with me, but that's fine. It's still fun to see it go down and to know that I've been working so hard on it for so many months, and being able to see progress every month is still really fun. And it is a product I really like using. I'm wearing it today underneath my powder highlight, and I just really like this product, so I don't mind that it's taking a while to go through. But whenever this does actually get finished, that is going to be cause for celebration. And in the past month, I've used 0.37 grams. This next product I thought was going to just be like a regular boring update, but I hit pan on it today by surprise. I had no idea that was going to happen. I didn't even know I was close, and so I'm really excited to share that with you. And that product is a color corrector from Flower Beauty, and in the past month I've used 0.2 grams, and I use my fingernail. I use the back of my fingernail to scoop out a little bit, and then I usually use that to rub between 2 finger pads and then pat it under my eyes as a color corrector. I don't know if it's actually focusing well, but hopefully you can see that. It's kind of like a rectangular shaped pan. Super exciting, and it just makes me feel even more motivated to keep going, especially because I wasn't even trying to hit pan. I wasn't focusing on a specific spot. I mentioned in past updates that I kind of just go around randomly and don't really have any rhyme or reason to it, so super exciting, and kind of gives me a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel for this. And the reason why my hair maybe looks a little bit weirder than normal is because it's still wet and I'm letting it air dry. Anyway, next product, Romance Kiss from Charlotte Tilbury. I have been loving wearing this. This is a super nourishing tinted lip balm. It's very, very pigmented and has a little bit of like an orangey tint to it, and I just really love it for this time of year. I find that I really enjoy reaching for it because it is very nourishing. I've used 0.35 grams, which is a ton for a lip product for me because Lip products tend to be the slowest going product for me whenever I try to pan things. But this has just been such a treat to use. I'm loving it. I don't know if I'm gonna try to finish it necessarily, but I'm just gonna keep it in the project. I think just because it's summertime and I'm gravitating towards this type of formula, this is just what I want to reach for right now. And it is one of my more expensive products, so I do enjoy getting use out of it because at some point I do want to finish this. But I don't want to rush through it just because I can, so I'm going to have it in for another month. If I decide I want to keep it in for longer, then I will. If I want to move it out for something that's maybe a little bit more appropriate for like the autumn time, for fall, then I will do that as well. Maybe I'll turn it into like a rotation type of thing where I focus on one product for a couple months for a season and then bring it out. I'm not really sure. I might love it so much that I want to keep using it. But that was really exciting. This was kind of like a refresh product that I brought in last month, and I'm really enjoying it, and I'm glad I have it in the project because I kind of forget about this product. And the very last one is the lip product I was working on previously. It was a lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Live It Up, and I took out what was left in the container and I put it in this little container to use it as a cream blush. It's what I'm using as cream blush today, and I do really love this kind of color, especially for summertime. Recently, I've just been using like a stipple brush to grab some and then put it on my cheeks and then kind of blend it out with my fingers. And that means it's going very slowly because I'm only picking up a teeny tiny bit. So this is not my first time using up a lipstick as a cream blush, and typically what I do is I take a little bit with the back of my fingernail and I put it on the back of my hand, and then I mix it with a liquid illuminator as a glowy blush. But I don't really have any liquid illuminators currently, and so I think what I'm going to do is use concealer instead. And I do have this liquid illuminator from Charlotte Tilbury, but I don't typically squirt out like a lot of it. I usually just use like a teeny tiny little bit like right on the tops of my cheekbones. Like I'm very precious with this because it's very expensive. So I think what I'll do is I'll use a concealer moving forward, and I think that's going to have me go through it faster, but I think it's also going to help look better because sometimes if I'm not careful, the stippling brush can apply way too much and it'll be like too much blush, which is not even possible for me. Surprisingly, yes. So I'm gonna start mixing it with concealers, and that way it'll help bring down the pigmentation just a little bit. It'll help it look a little bit more natural on my cheeks, and I probably will go through it faster because I'm using more of it instead of just with a stipple brush. I'm not rolling anything out this month, but I do feel really confident about the Colourpop foundation and maybe about the SPF too, because there really isn't a ton left in there, and if I make a greater effort to finish it, I really do think I could finish it in the next month. So yeah, I might have like some things to roll out. I might roll out the Romance Kiss as well, but in the meantime, that's everything I have. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!